Hello everyone, welcome back to another review here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 2026 variant of Francesco Bernoulli. So after taking some years off in 2024 and 2025, Francesco is finally out in the main line this year. It's pretty cool because we have had a GLC version for those last 2 years, so seeing the regular version on the pegs is quite nice, especially on time for Cars 2's 15th anniversary. And as we all know, Francesco is the antagonist, quote unquote, of the movie, but like not really. That those roles goes to like Professor Z and the Lemons, but in terms of racing, he is the quote unquote antagonist for Cars 2 from A Queen Unleashed. So let's take a look at the packaging. So as you can see, we have this nice card art that's been here with us since 2011, so 15 years, which is kind of insane. The Cars logo, the car itself, as seen in Cars 2, and we just have World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen and Francesco himself. This is actually the launch promo of McQueen, not the regular version you would find in stores today. So just to keep in mind here. And yeah, that does it for the packaging. And I'll be right back with Francesco all opened up. Alright, so here is Francesco out of the package, looking great. And I gotta say, this variant might actually be a solid one. I'm already seeing a major upgrade from the Thailand version. But before we get into all that, let's just show a quick picture of where he appeared in Cars 2, even though we all know where he appeared in the movie. Like I mentioned earlier, he is McQueen's racing rival in the World Grand Prix, but unlike someone like Chick Hicks or Jackson Storm, he never cheated. He played fairly, and even at the end of the movie, they become almost like friendly rivals, which is pretty nice to see. Yeah, I just really want to see Francesco in another piece of Cars Media outside of the toy line. Granted, he did get a GRC variant last year and in 2024, so that was nice, but I want to see more Francesco. I think his background is like really, really cool. But yeah, as far as releases, he's been released pretty much every year since 2011. I think the only years where he took a break were 2017, 2023, 2024, and 2025. So I think those are the only years where he took off. But every other year he's been out. So it's great to see him out in pegs, like I mentioned. And he is available in 2026 singles case E. Yeah, E, I want to say. I think that's what Walmart are getting in right now, the half case count case E with Flash and Ray. So him and Made with Balloon are on that case, which is how I got my copies. So yeah, he's not gonna be very hard to find. Trust me, if you guys still want him. Now, this is gonna be like a comparison because I'm gonna be comparing him with the Thailand version that came out in 2020. It'd be true because this is made in Thailand and 16A. So, the 16th day of 2020. Yeah, I don't know how to read those anymore. That I've gone to the Chinese stamps, but yeah, one major thing I'm already noticing is the added black outline across the windshield. You see a black border going across his eyes, and I think it actually looks better. It makes his eyes pop a little more, whereas this just feels a little like naked, a little empty, and it is very representative of F1 cars. IRL, like the driver's helmets, they have some sort of black border, so I think it's nice they incorporated that into this version of Francesco. And also, they painted his teeth in. Good job, China. You actually gave him a mouth. Thailand did not paint him his teeth in. I don't know why they did that, but good job. So already knew China's winning this battle for sure. I will say though, the red on him feels very, very like sandpapery almost. I don't know. I feel like if I rub him anymore, I'm just gonna wipe off all the decals. So, oh, is that a chip? Look like a hair on mine. I think it's stuck. Can I rub it off? No, I think I can't. Huh? Oh, that's not nice. Some sort of like hair. Like I hope it's not cracked, but oh my god. So I'm not good on that. The quality control of China is kind of showing, but zoom out a little bit. So you can see the Francesco's up close. There we go. But yeah, one thing I am noticing is the red and green are way more vibrant on the new China variant, especially on the green from the Spursor. Yeah, you definitely see. The green is way more vibrant. So points to China Francesco. They actually the front of them actually look good, minus that little crack thing. I don't know what that is. Of course, we have a little intake here, which I will say the Thailand one did a little better. Theoretically, it should be black, but I mean, I think that's what they were going for, but they didn't really do a good job of conveying that. So, yeah, we have the side view mirrors, which have always been nubs, even though in the movie and in his card art, they were raised up, but they just do not want to do that, I guess. On the sides here, we have Boleh tires, and the other one reads Pasta Potenza, which is pretty cool. And I like the wheels on the new China one look way better. It doesn't look as sandpapery as the Thailand one. So good job, New China. You're actually winning this battle. On the sides here, we have the F all in all logo. Both don't look great. Maybe New China looks a little better, but I don't know. But they both ain't great. So a little bit. The World Grand Prix one logos. It is moved. Actually, it makes sense if I do this. There we go. And it is moved up a little further. It is moved back a little bit on the new China one compared to the Italian one. Very interesting. We have the Francesco signature. Both of them. The intakes here, which are more black on the new China version. Whereas on this one looks a little bit more gray, of a gray color. So I will say this looks better. Sure, we have the World Grand Prix logos. Again, gotta give it to New China. The colors were always way more vibrant, especially like green. The intakes up here. Yeah, overall, just the green is way more vibrant, which I always love. I'm loving about this New China variant. On the back, we have the red part here. We have World Grand Prix. And some decals on the other side, which reads 1 and the Italian flag. Compared to the Italian one, I actually think, yeah, both don't look great, but I think Thailand might have done a little better. Oh yeah, you can easily read World Grand Prix. That's just fuzzy. Here it's like streets, so you can't even read it. So yeah. Let me try to give you some points there. The black exhaust pipes, the green parts underneath. This side should be the same theoretically. Yep. And here is the base. 3355 EAA, so the 335th day of 2025 at the EAA factory, made in China. And so yeah, that about does it for the China variant of Francesco or Thailand. And I gotta say, he is actually a major upgrade from the Thailand one. Barring some decal blurriness, I think that black outline alone honestly puts him above the Thailand one for me. So very cool. Let's do a little side-by-side comparison again. Cool. I do want to compare it to some other variants like the GLC variant, which we had in 2024 and 2025. Oh, look at that! Even the GLC one has the black outline across the windshield. So it was almost like foreshadowing us getting this on a regular Francesco. But again, the body here is way more thicker. This is a little bit more thinner on the new China variant. Pretty cool. I always like Francesco. Like I mentioned, he's one of my favorite characters from Cars 2. But I love his GLC variant, you know, the red, white, and green aspects, the hexagonal patterns. Pretty cool. That even got a color changer variant that went from yellow to red. So I'll show that off. Even this one has the black border across the windshield. So yeah, the variant that I'm just even before they released the normal version, which is pretty good. Pretty cool actually. I really liked it a lot. Now it is time to show off all of my World Cup racers. We have, of course, Lightning McQueen. This is the Thailand variant. I might actually get the new China variant just to go alongside these guys. Just go himself. Gonna move out a little bit, see if we can fit everyone on the frame. Carlo Veloso, also from New China. We have Nigel Gearsley, was also from New China. Max Chanel, this is his Thailand variant. Lewis Hamilton, also his Thailand variant. And Jeff Gorvet here. Thailand variant, but he does have a new China variant in the 2-pack with Pat Faxon. And he's also in a 5-pack with Shoes. So Shoes also has this here. If you want to get him in a 5-pack with, I think it's Queen, Francesco, Nigel, Jeff, and yeah, she was exclusive. And we also have Flash Nielsen, the Swedish racer, only in the one of the international dubs, of course, the Swedish dub, of course, too. So just want to include him. He's not a main World Grand Prix racer, but so we want to include him. Let's get a fluid shot. Yeah, this is really nice. This is really, really nice. Hopefully, I'll be able to pick up Raul soon because he's also out this year. And I really would like to get a complete World Grand Prix collection with, of course, to his 50th anniversary. So yeah, that about does it for the review and comparison for new China Francesco Bernoulli. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming content. See you all next time. Until then, this is Joe Quick Tire signing off.